Hi folks, welcome back to the Carver's Woodshop. Some of you saw the picture of the Praying Mary that I just did this weekend on this holiday. It's now Memorial Day, and I'm slowly putting together a little different ones that you can do to make a nativity scene. And I thought this would be pretty cute with the feet sticking out with the bottom part of the sandal. And I think she turned out pretty nice. I was happy with it. All I did was take a block of wood and start carving, and this is what I ended up with. So we're going to start on one of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to round off the top first. Let me see how big this piece is. Just hang in there for a second. Let me get a tape measure here. If it seems a little noisy in here, it's because I have the air conditioning on. It's hit 90 degrees today. It was so hot, and I'm in my studio. So it's about an 7/8 of an inch at the top square, just a little over an inch and an eighth by an inch and an eighth, and it's just about 3.5 inches long. Okay, so that's the measurements of this piece. Now the cone isn't as pronounced. We will make it more pronounced if we need to. But let's start at the top here, where the face actually goes inward. Okay, you see this going inward. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start rounding off the top first. So make sure you have your thumb guard and all that on. We're just going to round off the top. I'm using a knife called a Rough Rider knife, and you can see how nice it's cut. I just got done sharpening all my tools. Hadn't done that for a while, and I thought maybe it's time to do that. Sometimes I use these things to cut paper. I know that's a big no-no if you really want to dull up a knife. That's one way of doing it. So the first thing we're going to do is we've got to establish where the front of the face is, okay? So this is going to come out first. So we're not going to make the nose like we normally do when we make the first cut, like we do on the other. We want to get this brim on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down just maybe a little ways, right about here, and we're going to go straight down, straight in. So this will be our front. Alright, so we're going to come down like so, and we're just going to cut this out. Okay, we're going to cut this out quite a bit here, because we want her looking down because she's praying. Alright, that's kind of what we want to get done here. And so let's do it that way. Alright, and then along with that, we're going to figure out where the rest of the hat is going, or the head piece is going to go here. So we're going to go down a little ways, and again we're going to measure with our finger, and alright, so oops, that goes that way. Alright, we're going to go at an angle here, and we're going to go an angle over here. Hope you all had a good holiday weekend, a safe one. And then we're going to figure out how far this is going to drape down here. So let's go about up to there. And we'll come down a little further. Alright, right about there. Of course, we want to connect all these, so we're going to put a stop cut. We're going to cut this out. Stop cut. Cut this out. Stop cut. We're going to cut this out. And stop cut here. Cut that out. Okay. Now we're going to kind of trim this down a little bit, because she is going to be looking down, so The next thing we need to do, okay, as we're looking at this, we need to bring this down a little further, okay? And then start rounding this up. And we're going to bring this, all these corners down, just like so. And we'll bring it down a little further. Be amazed how much of this stuff comes off. And bring it up. And you want to cut it a little bit more to a cone shape. We're also going to round this. Get all those marks off, just like so. Alright. Let's take a look at it from the front. It's a little uneven, so we're going to just kind of round it out a little bit. Okay. Now, again, we're going to just round this up a little bit more and bring this down a little bit more. Try to get all your rough marks up. Somebody asked me, why don't you just sand it? Well, if you sand it instead of taking it off, even if this is sanded, you should still take some of that off, simply because it will get darker when you paint it. Regardless if you sand it or not, you should cut it off with a clean knife like I'm doing and get it all the same. Here, you want it nice and smooth, so you don't have to sand it. Once you start sanding it, folks, it's a whole other ball game. Alright, so we're doing this. Alright, the next thing we're going to do here, let's cut this out just a tad, just like so. And we have to figure out where the bottom part of her face is going to be, so I'm going to put it right about, let me see here, right about here. So we're going to take this, okay, just going to cut straight across. We're just going to chop this out. Okay. Alright, now what we're going to do here is we're going to trim this out a little further. And of course, this comes out a little bit more yet. This comes out a little bit more. And the nose isn't as pronounced. It's not going to stick out from underneath the habit or the hat or whatever you want to call it. Alright. We just want to kind of have a round face. So as you can see, it's rounded this way. So we're going to have to go up and we're going to try to have that about the same depth on both sides here. So let me see here. Yeah, that's good. Kind of have to eyeball it. And the thing we're going to do now is we're going to take our knife, we're going to go in here. Hey, we'll be right back, folks. And we're just going to cut that out, okay? Alright, well, let me stop here and let's keep going.